Honorable Benjamin Kalu is live for us. He was the one who read that particular proposition, which is a combination of memoranda submitted across the Federation for creation of state. Thank you so much indeed, Deputy Speaker, for joining us tonight. There's been a lot of conversation and debate about this. I know you know that this is going to generate a lot of controversies. But how critical is creation of state for Nigeria at this state?
Thank you very much, Shane, for having me. Let me say that the Parliament's duty is to listen to the yearning of the people that we represent and guide them in lines with extant laws, in this case, the Grundnorm, on how to go about the aspiration and making sure that the aspiration goes through the entire whole 9 yards of legislative procedure for it to, become alive, to attend to their needs. In this case, state creation. I've seen a lot of media houses misquoting what happened in the Parliament that day. What we did was to announce to the public, the members, through their members, that we have received, not that we have proposed, but that we have received proposals from the ethnic groups through memoranda and also through proposals laid in form of private member bills in the House. Having said that, most of those propositions, those applications, they were not in tandem with the provisions of Section 8. So, as we are at the moment, there is no effective application for this state creation before the Parliament. But to cure the gaps existing in their application, we have been magnanimous to extend the time that we had given to them when we called for memoranda by giving extra 30 days for those who want the state creation to be carried out to comply with the procedures laid down by Section 8 of our Constitution. And this will be ending on the 5th of March of this year. So what it means is that before you lay your application before us, there are, preconditions that you must fulfill. The referendum must be signed by 2/3 of the state houses of assembly, local government, members of the parliament who are in support, both in the Senate and the House of Rep. Then you present it. So it's about time for people to, work hard within the 30 days and bring us an effective application before us. Now, when you talk about how critical is it for us to have state creation, you know that just like my friend there pointed out, that most people are looking for having the sense of belonging in the country, and I think the way they can have that is by having a state they call their own. Other people are looking for the dividends of democracy, and they feel the way they will have it trickle down to the grassroots will be through state creation. I'll say yes and no, because I'm an unbiased umpire. As the chairman of the committee, I cannot take any side. We will only guide based on what have been proposed and for members to make their contribution. But I would say that this administration has been very conscious about development that will trickle down to the grassroots. And that is why if you watch the space, you see what the president is doing with development commissions. He's trying to make sure that the 6 geopolitical zones of the country receive a development agency that will attend to the needs of the people in those areas. So whether there is state creation or not, there is a platform created by this administration to make sure that from the federation account, we can attend to the needs of our people. But having said that, for national cohesion, for national loyalty, for equity, for fairness, if we created 6 geopolitical zones and there is a lopsidedness in that number of states across those geopolitical zones, the question is, should we balance it? Should we not balance it? And what other indices should we look at in creating states? I had somebody speak about viability. I don't think it's about viability. Alone. It should be same people staying together. It should be, we should look beyond economic viability, because I know when states are created and they focus on their comparative advantages, I can assure you that they will find a way of making sure they survive as a state. But having said that, regionalism is another key that we should look at. Is it proper for us to come as state every time to the national pocket to take from federation account and go back to the rural areas and divide among the states? For me, it does not work. But what can I say? I'm just a presiding officer. What's important is that every region should look at their areas of strength and begin to see how to leverage it to add to the national strength. The era of always running to the center, collect and go, I don't think is going to work for us. What worked for us before was regionalism, and we got from where we are to where we are today. From where we were to where we are today. Where we are today is not really healthy in national development. We should do a consideration of what the formula we used before through that regionalism to see if there's any way we can go back to that. So that is my take on that. So Nigerians need to know that it's not our proposal, it's a proposal from the people that we represent. I just wanted to push that out.
So fantastic that you're able to clarify, at least let people understand the position of the lawmakers and where the source of it, just like we were having conversation with Lionel Sick earlier, that these are from the people. These memoranda are sent and it's for the parliament to be able to process them as stipulated in Section 8 of the Constitution. But because I know that this conversation is to clarify these issues, just before we allow you go, Deputy Speaker, what is the state of the review process of the Constitution right now? Where are we? How soon can we wrap things up? What should Nigerians be expecting?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question. You see, we adopted a new strategy. Before now, the process of amending the Constitution will last from beginning of a tenure to the end. But we have not seen that to be as productive as we would want it to be. So we decided to save more time and set 2 years for us to get this achieved. And as we speak now, a lot has been done through sectorial engagement. Memoranda has been collected, and the technical team has worked on some of the thematic areas of the Constitution, from state police to local government to all sort of thematic areas. What we need to do now is to go to public hearing. And this public hearing, we may not be able to afford to go to every state because of resources. But we have decided to go to all geopolitical zones, at least 2 states in each political zone. And we have cooperation, from the governors. The governors are really supporting the effort that we are making. In fact, all the governors wanted us to come to their state to engage with their people. But since we cannot afford it, we're going to be going to 2 states in each geopolitical zone. And the essence of that is that, democracy is about the people, and the people should be at the center stage of our conversation, especially when the preamble of the Constitution says, we, the people of Nigeria. If you want to bring the we element, the people element in the Constitution, there must be that fundamental tool of engagement. Public engagement. The more you engage people, the more you hear from them. So that is where we are. From the end of this month or beginning of next month, we'll start engaging, at the geopolitical zones to let people know what we are doing, and then get their input, which will guide us on how to go about some of the issues that we want to amend.
The Honorable Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Benjamin Kalu, thank you so much indeed for your time. I know we still have conversation, a lot of them, as items upon items come up in the constitutional review process. Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best.
I'm going to be more available to engage with the public. So one of these days, I will engage with you again.
Thank you
on
so
some
much.
other areas of the Constitution. Yeah,
I appreciate it. Thank you so much indeed.
Thank you.